15 years after she miscarried alone, he showed up, dying, holding the same silver egg cup she once threw at him the night he broke her. Rain hammered the marble floor. Blood pooled beneath Sofia's trembling fingers. Her phone vibrated again, relentless, insistent. 6 missed calls, all from Luca. She flinched at the 7th ring, heart hammering. Part of her wanted to pick up, wanted to hear him say something that might make this nightmare vanish. But she didn't. She couldn't. Because some forgiveness would kill you faster than grief. The nurse appeared in the doorway, clipboard clutched to her chest, eyes soft with practiced sympathy. "Is someone coming to pick you up?" Sofia's throat tightened. "Yes." The lie tasted like metal. The lilies arrived an hour later, white, pristine, mocking. A card with crooked handwriting, "To Sarah, my deepest condolences. L." Sarah. He got her name wrong. Sofia stared at the flowers until the letters blurred. Then she tore the petals one by one, watching them scatter across the blood-stained tile like a funeral she'd never asked for. Rain poured through the open window, washing everything red and white down the drain. March 14th, 2009. She was 27, he was 32. 4 years together, 4 years of love that had built something beautiful. Now it was ashes. She had clutched her stomach in that cold London clinic while he was halfway across the globe, signing papers, shaking hands, building an empire on the ruins of what they could have been. That night, Sofia left London, changed her number, moved south to Calabria, to a stone house overlooking olive groves, where she kneaded dough in sunlit kitchens and let the warm air fill the emptiness in her chest. Until his mother died and left him a choice. 3 months later, Monaco, 3 a.m. The yacht Wake cut through black water like a blade. Luca Valenti paced the bridge, barefoot, veins popping along his temples, mind racing faster than his body. 3 days without sleep. The doctor's voice nagging over the phone, a cough tearing through his ribs. He ignored it all. "At the peak of everything, I forgot how to arrive," he muttered, gripping the railing. On the desk lay an envelope in his mother's handwriting, postmarked 2 weeks before she died. Inside, a folded letter he still hadn't read, and a silver egg cup, cracked down the middle. Engraved on the bottom, "To Sofia, love, L." He ran a finger along the fissure. Memories surged. The first time he'd given it to her, her laughter echoing across a Capri terrace, the night he'd stolen it back 15 years ago, running from a life he wasn't ready to surrender. A cough seized him. Blood spattered the handkerchief. The metallic smell made him gag. 6 months, he whispered. Maybe 8. He clutched the egg cup, closed his eyes, and made his decision. Destination, Calabria. The harbour was tiny, dwarfed by the yacht's shadow. Villagers stared as Luca stepped off, barefoot, leather duffel in one hand, silver egg cup in the other. Wind lifted his dark hair as he scanned the dock. There she was. Linen dress clinging to sun-kissed skin, eyes narrowed, jaw tight. The air between them crackled with 15 years of silence, anger, desire, all condensed into a single heartbeat. "You look like shit," Sofia said, voice low, dangerous. "I feel like a god," he replied, smirk curling his lips. "Gods don't beg." She stepped closer, close enough that he could smell salt and fury on her skin. "But you will." Amelia appeared, wild white hair, leather jacket, cigarette glowing. 30 seconds to look like a billionaire," she rasped. "After that, you're a guest, and guests follow rules." "I don't follow rules," Luca said. "Then you don't inherit. Emilia flicked ash onto his bare feet. Simple. Luca's eyes found Sofia. She wasn't blinking, wasn't smiling, just watching. For the first time in years, he felt what it was like to be truly seen. Village square, stone table, lawyer in a cheap suit. Per the last will and testament of Agnese Moretti, the lawyer began, voice stiff, Luca Valenti will inherit the Moretti olive groves, valued at 800 million euros, if, and only if, he completes the following challenge. Luca leaned back, smirking. 100 consecutive days in Calabria. No phones, no staff, no leaving the village. You must follow the 7 longevity rules practiced by Emilia Moretti. This is a cult, Luca said. No, Emilia shot back. This is Calabria. Same thing. If you fail, the lawyer continued, the groves transfer in full to Sofia Bellini's agricultural co-op. Sofia's face stayed neutral, but her hands trembled. Sofia doesn't need 800 million euros to hate me, Luca said. She does that for free. Sofia's voice was ice. I don't hate you, Luca. I just don't think about you. Luca coughed, covered his mouth, blood stained his palm. He wiped it on his jeans. Do you accept the terms? The lawyer asked. Luca looked at Sofia. She was staring at the egg cup in his lap. I accept. Emilia grinned like a wolf. Rule 1 starts at sunset. Don't be late. Sunset bled across the cliffs. Luca stood at the edge, wind tearing at his shirt. In his hands, a Rolex, passport, Mont Blanc pen. Objects from his past, heavy with guilt. Every evening, you throw one object into the sea, Emilia said. You can't move forward if you're drowning in what's behind you. Performance art, Luca muttered. It's a wake, for the man you were. He threw the Rolex first. It glinted, fell, disappeared. Sofia watched from the olive trees, arms folded so tight her nails drew blood. Day 3, Luca pulled out the unsent letter, fingers trembling over faded ink. I'm sorry. I was scared. I was wrong. He couldn't. He shoved it back in his pocket like a coward. Day 7, he threw a photograph, Capri, laughing, hands entwined. Sofia watched it spiral into the water and felt something in her chest finally snap. That night, Emilia slammed the silver egg cup on the kitchen table. Rule 2. Every sunset, you drink a raw egg from this cup, both of you. Same cup, no skipping. Sofia cracked the first egg without looking away from him. Drink, she said. Luca lifted the cup. His hand shook. The yolk slid thick and warm down his throat. He gagged, eyes watering. Tastes like humility, Sofia said, voice velvet and venom. Tastes like punishment, he rasped. She leaned in until their lips almost touched. Good. You've got 93 more nights of it. Their fingers brushed when she took the cup back. Neither pulled away. Electricity crackled between them, loud enough to make the lights flicker. Days bled together. Rule 3. Walk everywhere. Luca hadn't walked anywhere in 20 years. Now he stumbled barefoot over cobblestones until his feet bled and his lungs screamed. He collapsed in the square at 3 a.m., crying like a child. Sofia found him at dawn, curled on the stones. Get up, she said. I can't feel my legs. Then crawl. He crawled. She watched every inch, eyes glittering with something that might be satisfaction and might be hunger. Rule 4 was worse. Focus only on what you love, Emilia said, not what you hate. Luca spent the next days staring at Sofia's hands while she kneaded bread. He stared at the curve of her neck when she turned away. He stared until she slammed the dough down and spun on him. "Stop! I'm following the rule." Following the rule looks a lot like obsession. Maybe it is. She grabbed his shirt, dragged him close enough that he tasted flour and fury. "You don't get to want me again. You lost that right when you let me bleed alone." His hands hovered at her waist, afraid to land. "Then punish me," he said, voice broken. "I'm here for it." She kissed him like a slap, teeth, anger, 15 years of pain crushed into 5 seconds of violence. He kissed back like a drowning man finally reaching air, hands shaking at her waist, terrified to hold on, terrified to let go. When she shoved him away, his lip was bleeding, hers too. "That wasn't forgiveness," she said. "That was interest on a debt." Day 50. The Barefoot Festival. Lanterns swayed in the village square, music pulsed through the warm night. Everyone danced barefoot on the stones. Emilia nudged Luca. "Halfway. The hardest part's coming." "What's the hardest part?" She lit a cigarette. "Forgiving yourself." Sofia arrived in a red dress, barefoot, breathtaking. Luca couldn't look away. "Dance with me," he said. "No." "Please." She looked at him, really looked, saw the weight he'd lost, the exhaustion, the blood he was hiding. "One dance," she said. "Then you leave me alone." They moved slowly, close. Neither spoke. The wake doesn't drive the boat, but the heart can steer it. Sofia's breath caught. Luca's hand tightened on her waist. She whispered against his jaw, "You left me when I was bleeding on a bathroom floor. Why would I ever let you touch me again?" He froze. "Because I'm dying," he said, voice breaking, "and I don't want to die without telling you I'm sorry." Shock, rage, grief crashed across her face. "You don't get to use death as an apology." She pulled away. "You don't get to die a hero. You get to live with what you did." She walked away. Luca stood alone in the crowd. Headlights sliced across the square. A black SUV roared in. Vittorio stepped out, sharp suit, cold smile, envelope in hand. "Luca, we need to talk." Dread washed over him. "Your board voted. Unanimous. You're out. Effective immediately." Vittorio handed in the envelope. "The empire you built? It's mine now." Luca tore it open. Legal documents, his signature, forged. He looked up. Sofia was watching from across the square. She'd seen everything. He came here to inherit 800 million euros. Instead, he'd lost everything. And he still had 50 days to go. Emilia appeared at his elbow, cigarette glowing. "Your mother knew you were dying," she whispered. "That's why she wrote the rules. She was trying to save your life." Luca's face went white. "But Sofia..." Emilia grinned, smoke curling. "She's trying to end it." At the cliffside, Sofia stood alone, holding the egg cup. She whispered, "I kept it because I wanted proof I'd been loved once too." She threw it into the sea. Like, comment when you want the next part, and subscribe for more content.